Hey there, in this video I'm going to attempt to show you how to load your fire pit with its lava rock. When you get it, it's going to arrive pre-assembled. There's going to be a blanket and a bag covering the whole fire pit. So after you've removed those two items, you'll see the pan. It's got the burner attached to it already. The pan is going to be in a bag as well. So you're going to need to lift up from here, pull your bag off, and once you're set up, you just put it in the center. Everything is already going to be connected in the bottom of this fire pit, so you don't need to worry about lifting it pan out. Just make sure that we're kind of centered up so that when we go to put our rock in, we'll be good. You're also going to get a blanket covering your tank hide if you ordered a propane, or you're going to have a blanket covering the fire pit. Use that blanket to protect the outside edge of this fire pit. If we use a blanket, we'll save ourselves from any minor scratches. But put your blanket on. When you get a fire pit, you're going to either get a bucket like this, or you'll get 2 bags, possibly 2 bags, depending on how big of a fire pit that you order. We're going to grab our buckets. We're going to go up onto the edge like this. And number one thing to note is that we want to have the blanket down underneath so that as we tip the bucket over, we're not causing any damage to the top of the fire pit. But we're also being really careful not to shoot any rocks around the outside edge. So we're going to put our hands here on the edge of the bucket, going down slowly like this, and then we're going to let them out slowly. If you have 2 people, one person standing on the opposite side, it'll be helpful to actually get the rocks out of the bucket too. So you can do it with one person. Now just pour it right in the center. Before you pour all the lava rocks in, we're going to go ahead and level it out a smidge. This style burner is a warming trend, so if you opted for the high output burner, it's going to be a little bit different setup. You're still going to pour it the same way, use the same blanket, but you won't use as much rock. In this style, we're going to go ahead and push the rock out, and we're still going to actually see all of these little jets. We want them to be extended above the rock line. They need to have oxygen around each edge. So, looks like we need some more rock. Alright, that's a full bucket. Minus 2 rocks. Now we're going to spread it out again. You can do this without gloves if you don't have them, but it's much easier. It gets a little dirty. What I'm doing is leveling it, kind of shaking it in. What that does is settle it so that you get all the rocks in. And we want to make sure that the lid will actually fit tightly when we go to close this lid. So we're placing individual rocks, trying to get nice coverage on all the spots that we... Covering the brass bars, not the jets, primarily just the brass bars. Alright, so that's pretty much it. You know, go till you're content. There's no specific way, just making sure that all of these jets are not covered and we've got good proper ventilation over the top of that. And then looks like I don't have a lid next to me, but oh, I got one. Once you've got all your rocks in, grab your lid and just make sure that it's seated properly. Most of the time there'll be a couple rocks just sticking up above this top surface, and you can go back in, tamp it down, and it's ready to go. That's it. Thanks, guys.